Weekends, a break from the hustle or a missed opportunity? Let's dive into the common perception of weekends. You've probably heard it, or even said it yourself. Thank God it's Friday. The sweet anticipation of a weekend, the promise of a well-deserved break from the relentless grind of the work week. It's a beacon of hope in the midst of all the chaos, isn't it? But here's a thought. What if we're looking at weekends all wrong? What if, instead of being a time to hit the pause button, weekends were an opportunity to accelerate towards our goals, our dreams? Intriguing, isn't it? Now don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for trading your cozy couch and favorite movie marathon for a cramped office cubicle. Far from it. It's about asking yourself, am I where I want to be in life? If the answer is a resounding yes, then by all means, enjoy your leisurely weekends. But if there's even a hint of not quite, then perhaps it's time to reconsider. You see, it's easy to fall into what I call the comfort trap. After a grueling week, it's only natural to feel like you've earned the right to do absolutely nothing for 2 days. And while there's no denying that everyone deserves a break, the danger lies in becoming too comfortable and letting these precious hours slip away, unutilized. And why is that a problem, you might ask? Well, let's put it this way. Every hour you spend lounging around is an hour you could have spent learning a new skill, networking, planning your future, or simply brainstorming the next big idea. So, this isn't about working relentlessly, it's about working smartly, about harnessing the power of time and making it work for you. It's about understanding that your future self is crafted in the present, and that every action, or the lack of it, has consequences. So, as we wrap up this introduction to the weekend paradox, I'll leave you with this thought. Could there be more to your weekends than mere relaxation? The comfort trap. Imagine an extra month each year. What could you achieve? Now hold that thought, because that's not just a daydream. It's a real possibility if we start to look at our time differently. Many of us see weekends as a time to unwind, to take a step back from the grindstone of the work week, and yes, we all need downtime. But what if we could turn some of that downtime into productive time? Let's do the math. There are 52 weekends in a year. That's 104 days. If we invest just half of that time back into our personal growth, we're looking at an additional 52 days of productivity. That's more than a month and a half of time that we can reclaim each year. Now consider that over a lifetime. Let's say you start this practice at the age of 25 and continue until you're 70. That's a whopping 2,340 days, or roughly 6.5 years. Can you imagine what you could accomplish with an extra 6.5 years? This isn't just a theory. Experts agree that the most successful individuals often spend their weekends working on their personal and professional development. They read, they network, they learn new skills, they plan for the week ahead. They're not just working harder, they're working smarter. But this isn't about giving up all your leisure time, it's about making the most of the time you have. It's about choosing how you spend your time, rather than letting it slip away. It's about realizing that every hour is an opportunity to get closer to your goals. So the next time you're tempted to spend your entire weekend catching up on TV shows or lounging around, remember this. Time is the most precious resource we have. Once it's gone forever. The power of time is in your hands. Use it wisely. Meet the weekend warriors, those who conquer their weekends to win their dreams. These are the individuals who see their Saturdays and Sundays not as a time to escape, but as an opportunity to dive deeper into their passions and ambitions. Take, for instance, the story of a young entrepreneur who turned his weekend coding hobby into a successful tech startup. Or consider the aspiring author who dedicated her weekend mornings to writing and now has several bestsellers under her belt. They didn't just happen upon success, they carved out time, they made a commitment, they became weekend warriors. But what does it mean to be a weekend warrior? It's not about giving up rest and relaxation completely. Rather, it's about making the most of the time you have. It's about setting aside a few hours to learn a new skill, to network with like-minded individuals, or to simply sit down and plan out the path to your goals. For some, it may involve waking up early to work on a passion project before the rest of the world stirs. For others, it might be using the quiet of the weekend to brainstorm innovative ideas. There are countless ways to be a weekend warrior, and the key is to find what works best for you. And remember, being a weekend warrior doesn't necessarily mean working around the clock. It's about working smarter, not harder. It means prioritizing what's important, setting achievable goals, and taking deliberate, consistent action towards achieving them. The weekend warriors understand that success doesn't just happen. It's built, it's crafted, it's won. They understand that every weekend is an opportunity, a battlefield where dreams are fought for and won. They seize these opportunities, they fight these battles, and they come out victorious. Every weekend presents a new battlefield for these warriors. What about you? Are you ready to become a weekend warrior? Are you ready to seize your weekends and turn them into stepping stones towards your dreams? Remember, it's not about giving up relaxation entirely, but about making the most of the time you have. It's about working smarter, not harder. And most importantly, it's about becoming the architect of your own success. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, doesn't it? It's all about balance. As we trek on this journey of self-improvement, we must never lose sight of the importance of balance. It's not about shifting from a 5-day work week to a 7-day one. No, it's about making the most of our time, and that includes our weekends. Think of yourself as a high-powered machine. Machines need regular maintenance to function optimally, and so do we. It's crucial to carve out time for rest and leisure to recharge our batteries. However, the key lies in not letting those moments turn into hours, and those hours into entire weekends. So, how do we strike this balance? The secret is time management. Develop a plan for your weekends. Set specific, achievable goals and dedicate time towards achieving them. This could be as simple as reading a few chapters of a business book, attending a webinar, or perhaps taking an online course. Next, remember to set aside leisure hours. This is your time to unwind, pursue hobbies, spend time with loved ones, or simply do nothing. It's essential to your well-being and creativity. The trick is to not let this leisure time spill over and consume your entire weekend. Maximizing productivity is another essential part of this balancing act. This doesn't mean working longer hours, but working smarter. Use tools and techniques that help you work more efficiently. This could be anything from using productivity apps to adopting the Pomodoro technique, or even delegating tasks. Remember, balance is not about equal hours, it's about equal energy. The energy you put into your work should be balanced with the energy you invest in yourself. Your weekends are a golden opportunity to do just that. So, let's reassess our weekends. Let's make them count. Let's make them a time for growth, for learning, for rejuvenation, and for inching closer to our goals. It's time to break free from the traditional concept of weekends and embrace a new, balanced approach. Balance your weekends to balance your life. Your future self is crafted in the present. What version do you want to meet? Let's pause on that thought for a moment. Imagine a future where you've achieved your loftiest dreams. You've climbed the highest mountains of your ambitions, and are now standing at the top, looking down at the path you've traversed. In 1 year, you could be speaking a new language, running a successful blog, or launching your own business. In 5 years, you could be leading your industry, traveling the world, or impacting your community in a meaningful way. A decade from now, you could be living a life that today feels like a distant dream. The key to this future? It's in your hands, in those quiet hours of the weekend. Don't let them slip away in the haze of relaxation. Reserve relaxation for when you've reached your dreams. For now, let every weekend be a step closer to that vision. It's time to rethink your weekends. Yes, you've earned that break after a grueling week. But consider this, what if your weekends could be more than just a pause button? What if they were a fast-forward button, propelling you towards your dreams and aspirations? It's not about working non-stop, but about working smartly. It's about setting aside a few hours to learn a new skill, to network, to plan for the coming week, or simply to brainstorm. It's about making the most out of the 48 hours that you usually reserve for relaxation. Think about where you could be in a year, in 5 years, or even a decade. Your future self is crafted in the present. So, what version of you do you want to meet? Join us on this journey at GoalGlo and reshape your future one weekend at a time.